the power of healthy lifestyle and the importance of intelligent, informed, ethical supplementation. When it comes to supplements, less is more. Knowing what you're taking and knowing why you're using it is critically important, which is why I spend so much time trying to explain the minutiae on each and every product I make.
Have you considered doing a podcast?
Yes, I have. And it's probably, well, I think what I like to do more than podcasts is I just would like to, in fact, because I'm not going to be here now for 3 months, we've been busy the last couple of years, I'll get a little 3-month window. I'll want to do videos. I think the most important thing I can do are videos where we'll have question and answer, where we could do some live online chats. I think that's the most important thing I do, is answer questions and provide information. And as I've said, yes, we make what are objectively the best supplements in the world, and we constantly try to make them better. But a supplement is only as good as the information you get surrounding that decision to try it. That's what's most important.
Well, we're going to spend a few moments talking about CoQ10, which I know for a lot of us is a vitamin supplement that we have purchased in the past, maybe a supplement that a lot of us rely upon. Again, the same foundational story regarding Andrew's CoQ10 versus others. It's different. The principle, the foundation, the science behind it.
And CoQ10, just so everyone knows, this would be a good time to say reorder, but in October, this is going to be our Today Special. Okay. We're going to come back with CoQ10 as our Today Special in October. But I thought, because we're talking about what are the first products that people tend to gravitate toward? Where do you start? Certainly Essential One is where you start.
Yes.
Omega-3s, because they are essential. Your body can't make them, so they're like a vitamin or mineral in that respect. That's the next place to go. We don't tend to get them in meaningful quantities in our diet. And certainly, CoQ10, even though our body can make small amounts of it, it functions exactly like a vitamin in our body. And if our body couldn't make it, it would be, without question, the most important vitamin by far, because of the role that it possesses in our body. As we get older, our body makes less and less. Our requirements increase. So it becomes very important to supplement. And it's one of those ingredients that when you supplement, you tend to see and notice a difference. I'm often asked about ubiquinol versus ubiquinone. This is ubiquinone. Ubiquinol is a form that's been heavily promoted by the company that makes it, and it's very, very expensive. It's about, I think it's about 4 or 5 times more expensive than CoQ10. We have ubiquinol. I'm contemplating making it go away because I look at it as a bad investment. You could purchase 5 times as much CoQ10 ubiquinone for the price of 1/5 as much ubiquinol. It's just not a good investment. Most of the science, most of the research, not most, probably over 90% is on ubiquinone. So I'd rather see you invest less and get more by investing in CoQ10. And when you look at the reviews on this product, they're virtually perfect. So it's a very sound investment as well.
Andrew, how much of your time is taken up with continuing research into developing and evolving your current product line?
I would say that every week I must spend at least 25 to 30 hours reading the science at a minimum.
Wow.
I would estimate at a minimum. And it's sort of my leisure reading. When I like to do a lot of leisure reading, but when I do leisure reading, I do it when I exercise. Right. So I usually exercise 1 or 2 hours a day. So that's when I listen to books, I listen to audiobooks. Yeah. But I only listen to audiobooks in French.
Do you really?
And I annoy Muriel because I listen to them at 1.5 speed. So I listen to them fast so I get more book. So it also forces me to be better with my French. But that's so for me, when I'm reading, I'm reading the science. It's part of my job. It's what I'm passionate about. I love reading the science. And that's what fuels the constantly evolving products, is that because we're always paying attention to the science, we don't decide, it's not a good marketing decision to make this change now. We just printed new labels. I don't care. If we could make the product better, we throw away the labels, we start from scratch, and we make a new product for you.
I told you he was the smartest gentleman I know. We're going to head over this way. You listen at 1.5 speed? In French, Andrew?
Well, I think a lot of people listen to books on tape at faster than normal speed.
Yeah, but not in French.